If you just bought an Apple TV 4K, you might be wondering whether you made the worst timing mistake imaginable. The rumors surrounding tvOS 27 and Apple's next-generation living room strategy have suddenly turned what looked like a safe purchase into something that feels oddly uncertain. Apple barely acknowledged Apple TV during WWDC, which at first seemed strange. But after the 27 developer beta arrived, a much bigger picture started to emerge. Apple quietly dropped support for both the Apple TV HD and the first-generation Apple TV 4K, and that move alone sent a loud message to anyone paying attention. This was not simply another yearly software update leaving behind old hardware. It felt more like Apple intentionally clearing space for something dramatically more powerful waiting in the wings. The biggest clues are coming from supply chain reports and software findings hidden inside the 27 beta itself. According to well-known Apple analyst Ming-Chi Kuo, Apple is aggressively rebuilding its smart home ecosystem around native artificial intelligence features. That sounds exciting, but it also creates a major problem for current Apple TV owners. The 2022 Apple TV 4K runs on the A15 Bionic chip, which, while still incredibly fast for streaming, may not have the neural engine performance needed for Apple's more ambitious AI goals. Features like intelligent natural language video search, proactive smart home automation, localized voice requests, and advanced HomeKit management require far more machine learning horsepower than current models were ever designed to deliver. Meanwhile, Bloomberg's Mark Gurman has repeatedly reported that Apple is preparing an entirely new Apple TV model already deep into testing. The interesting part is not simply that new hardware is coming, because Apple refreshes products all the time. The real story lies in what appears to be powering this future device. Inside the tvOS 27 code are indications of deeper architectural changes, including frameworks for local private cloud processing, 4K HomeKit secure video handling, and expanded smart home integrations that feel far too demanding for older Apple TV chips to comfortably manage. In other words, Apple may finally be moving away from treating the Apple TV as a basic streaming box and turning it into something closer to a home computing hub. There are growing whispers that Apple is preparing a major silicon jump built around TSMC's second-generation 3nm process. That is a huge leap compared to the repurposed iPhone processors Apple has traditionally placed inside the Apple TV lineup. If the rumors are true, Apple could essentially place an M-series class architecture inside a fanless streaming box. At first glance, that sounds ridiculous. Why would anyone need desktop-grade silicon just to watch Netflix or YouTube? But once you start looking at the demands of modern smart homes, Apple's thinking starts to make more sense. The tvOS 27 beta reportedly introduces support for 24-bit high-resolution lossless audio, while simultaneously improving Matter smart home compatibility. Imagine running several 4K HomeKit security feeds, using object recognition powered by machine learning, streaming Dolby Vision content, handling FaceTime through continuity camera, and managing smart devices all at the same time. Older chips struggle under sustained workloads like this, especially without active cooling. We have already seen similar problems in compact computing devices where multiple high-resolution streams and machine learning tasks create thermal bottlenecks. Apple seems determined to eliminate those limitations entirely. A shift to a refined 3nm chip would dramatically reduce power consumption while improving sustained performance. This matters because Apple still wants the Apple TV to remain completely silent and fanless. Reports also suggest a more advanced image signal processor could be included. While an Apple TV obviously does not have a built-in camera, continuity camera support means an iPhone can become your webcam for FaceTime on television screens. Faster image processing would reduce latency and make video calls feel smoother and more natural. The new hardware may also adopt a unified memory architecture closer to what Apple currently uses inside Macs and iPads. That could mean dramatically faster multitasking, instant user switching, quicker AirPlay transfers, and enough graphical performance to smoothly run Apple's new glass-inspired visual interface without frame drops. It sounds excessive for a streaming box, but Apple often designs hardware for where software is heading rather than where it currently sits. Still, there is another side to this story that many Apple users are frustrated about. For average users who only watch YouTube, Netflix, or Disney Plus, almost none of these improvements may matter. If your Apple TV mainly exists to launch streaming apps, the current hardware already performs exceptionally well. Spending potentially $250 to $300 for an upgraded Apple TV simply to gain smarter HomeKit features and slightly faster menu animations may feel impossible to justify. This is where Apple's strategy begins to feel frustratingly familiar. The company often releases overpowered hardware only for software experiences to barely use its full potential. There's also the uncomfortable issue of forced obsolescence. Millions of Apple TV devices still work perfectly fine for media consumption, yet Apple appears increasingly willing to leave older models behind to push customers toward newer hardware. Critics argue that abandoning capable devices just to support a handful of premium features creates unnecessary upgrade pressure. Supporters, however, see it differently. By keeping processing local rather than relying on cloud servers, Apple can improve privacy, responsiveness, and ecosystem reliability. Instead of sending every smart home command or voice request online, future Apple TVs may handle much of the workload directly inside your living room. Ultimately, whether this next Apple TV becomes revolutionary or just another expensive upgrade depends entirely on how Apple executes the software experience. If local AI, real-time smart home monitoring, advanced media handling, and seamless ecosystem control genuinely transform the living room, Apple may finally justify premium pricing. But if all this power ends up rendering prettier interface animations and faster podcast thumbnails, many people will wonder why they ever needed a supercharged streaming box in the first place. The question now is simple. Would you actually pay premium money for a 3nm Apple TV built around AI and smart home power? Or is a cheap Roku or Fire Stick still more than enough for what most people really need?